I'm going to be ranking the top 100 budget cards right now in NBA 2K23 My Team. We have a tier list here ranking from S that goes all the way down to F tier, and we have the top 100 budget cards currently in the game. You guys can let me know in the comment section down below who are your guys' favorite budget cards to be running on your lineup, and who do you guys think are the best budget cards in the game. But yeah, my budget price range is about, anything under 25-30,000 MT, I think is going to be considered a budget card, but most of these cards on this list will be around like the 5 to 15k range. Some will be a little bit more expensive. So yeah, 100 cards to go over in this video, just showing guys who are the best budget cards in the game. First off here is going to be Al Horford. I would say he's probably somewhere in that C or B tier category. I think I'm gonna go B tier for now. He's still 6'7" at the 2 and still plays elite level defense. 6'7" at shooting guard, 7-foot wingspan, has very good defensive stats and badges. The jump shot could be a little bit better and could also have some better dribble sigs, but I do think Al Horford for a budget card is probably somewhere in that C or B tier category. I think Aaron Gordon is one tier below Al Horford. I think he's most likely going to be in that C tier category. A pretty good offensive card, plays solid defense, good at going to the rim. I just don't think he's really that great of a budget card compared to some of the other amazing budget cards on this list. But next budget card is going to be Ousmane Dieng. I do believe he's around 20,000 MT, but he's a really good point guard. He's 6'10", 7'2" wingspan, plays elite level defense. I'm not sure if he's an S tier budget card. I think he most likely will be. So yeah, I'm gonna go Ousmane Dieng in S tier. I think he probably is a top 10 to 15 budget card in the game. Jonathan Bender, I think he's also got to go S tier, right? I think he's most likely going to be in the S tier category. 7-foot, small forward, can defend at a high level. Also does have a very good wingspan, good player model. I mean, the card's just an absolute beast at the small forward spot. Allen Iverson, F tier. I mean, the dude plays small forward and is only a 6-foot card. And even if he could play point guard, he's just really not that great of a budget card. So AI going to go in the F tier category. Isaac Bonga, I would say, is really close to S. Is he going to be an S tier? I'm not 100% sure because there's so many good budget cards in the game, especially at the point guard position. He's 6'8", 6'11" wingspan, great all-around stats and badges. He's got an amazing jump shot with the Isaac Bonga base and the Isaac Bonga upper on very quick timing. It's one of the faster releases in the game. So yeah, I think he's got a great jump shot, good player model. He can drive to the basket. He's got pretty good dribble sigs. I think all around Isaac Bonga easily going to be an A tier budget card, maybe even in the S tier category. But next card here is going to be Karis LeVert. I would say LeVert is probably B. I think he's a really elite all around shooting guard for that budget price tag. I mean, he's like 5,000 MT and he's just a solid card all the way around. DeAndre Ayton, I would say, is also probably B tier. There's going to be a couple better centers for that budget price tag, but I think you still got to go Ayton somewhere in that B tier category. Blake Griffin, I think, is D tier. He's not as terrible as like an Allen Iverson or these short point guards or just short cards in general, but he's just not going to be that great of a card. His jump shot's not the best, and overall just really isn't that great at that budget tier. Mo Bamba, easy S tier. I think he's one of the best budget bigs in the game, if not the best budget center, and maybe the best budget power forward as well. Like, the dude's just an absolute beast all the way around. 7-foot at the center spot, 7'10" wingspan, really good player model as well. And then he's going to be an elite defender with a 95 block, 93 interior defense. The card can knock down threes. He's super athletic. Like, he can just do everything at such a high level that I think Mo Bamba, at least for me personally, is easily going to be an S tier budget card. Christian Braun, I would say, is C tier. Like, he's an okay card. He just doesn't really do anything too crazy at the shooting guard spot, but I don't think he's going to be much worse than C. Shane Battier, I think you probably got to go S tier as well. I mean, the dude's only 10,000 MT. Somehow, he's super cheap, and he's such a good two-way card in the game. Like, he can play defense at a high level, has really good defensive tendencies, amazing defensive stats and badges, and then also he's got an amazing jump shot. He can be a really good offensive card. I think Shane Battier most likely going to be a top 10 to 15 budget card in the game for only about 10,000 MT. Elgin Baylor, I think you also got to go A tier for Elgin. I think he's a really good 6'5" point guard, has an amazing jump shot with the PJ Tucker base and the Steph Curry upper on very quick timing, and also some solid dribble sigs and the tray fade. I think Elgin Baylor going in A tier. Sadiq Bey, I think C tier. Like, he's just kind of a solid all-around budget card, nothing too crazy. I'm gonna go BI and D tier, or maybe I go BI and C. I could go C tier for BI just because he's still like 6'7" at the 2, good wingspan. His jump shot's not that bad, so I'm gonna go him in C tier. Malachi Branham, is he C tier as well? I don't think this card is really anything too crazy. I know he's only 6'5" at the shooting guard spot. How do you spell his dude's name? Malachi. Is it the L? Yeah, okay, it's an L. I do not know how to spell his name. But yeah, Malachi Branham, like he's solid. Like he's just 6'5" with the 2. His defensive stats could be better. You know, he does have some good dribble sigs. I'm gonna go C tier for now. I think he's probably gonna be somewhere in C. Bruce Brown, I think is also C tier. He's not a bad budget card as well. You know, after the, I think 2 evos, right? Did he get 2 evos or is it only 1? Let me quickly see. I keep typing in the wrong name, but yeah, Bruce Brown. He's got 2 evos from a ruby to a diamond, and then from a diamond to a pink diamond. And he's got great defensive stats all around. Pretty good Hall of Fame defensive badges. His jump shot's pretty nice. He's got the Kyrie size up, Curry escape. Yeah, I think Bruce Brown could maybe even be in B and B tier, but I'm gonna go C tier for now. I think he's a solid budget card. Cam Johnson all around after his evo in the Galaxy Opal tier. I think he's a solid budget card. I'm gonna go somewhere in B tier. Cameron Reddish, I just don't think is that great, but I think he's still probably C tier. I'm gonna have to move a lot of these cards around in the tier list, but he's not bad at the 2. He's still 6'8" and does have a capable jump shot. Caruso, I think is probably high C tier. Like he's still a good defensive point guard at that budget tier, just a little bit undersized compared to all of these tall point guards in the game. Looking at Antoine Jameson, I think easy A tier, possibly even an S tier. I mean, he's a 6'8" 2 guard, 7'4" wingspan, has a chicken release with the Kyle Korver base and the Carmelo Anthony upper on very quick timing, and then he can also play solid defense at that small forward position. CJ Miles, I think he's got to go. It's hard to rank a lot of these cards because they're all just very mid. You know, like CJ Miles is just a very mid card all around. I guess I'll go C tier for now. Claxton might be A. Claxton is actually very solid at the Galaxy Opal tier, and he's only about 10 to 15k for his Galaxy Opal version after the Evo. And he's solid, man. Like he gets his jump shot on very quick timing. He gets him better dribble sigs. I think Claxton is honestly on the same tier as like a DeAndre Ayton. I'm not sure if he's going to be an A tier, but I'll go Claxton in B tier for now. Kobe White, I'm going to go B. I like Kobe White a little bit more than cards like Caruso at the point guard spot. I think Kobe White's a decent, you know, budget point guard in the game, probably going to be somewhere in B tier. DeJounte Murray, I think, is also C tier, on the same level as Caruso. I would take Kobe White over him. I'm not the biggest fan of the card's jump shot, even though he does have great all-around stats and badges. DeMarcus Cousins, I think you got to give at least a B tier, but I'm gonna go A. I think he's got a great jump shot. He plays really good defense in game. He's 6'10" at the 4, 7'5" wingspan, great player model. I think DeMarcus Cousins, one of the better budget bigs in the game currently. Denny Advia, I think you also got to go B tier, just because he's 6'9". I know he doesn't have like the greatest jump shot, and he's probably not even have the greatest stats, you know, for defense, but the card's 6'9", has a good player model. I think he's still probably somewhere in that B tier category. Detlef Schrempf, I think, is also B tier, on the same level as like a Cam Johnson at the small forward spot. He's got good dribble sigs. He can knock down threes. He's 6'10" at the small forward position. I think he's probably going to be somewhere in B tier. I think I'm going to have to move a lot of these cards from C down into the D tier category. Dino Raja, easy A, possibly even S tier. I think he's going to be A tier for now. He's still 6'11" at the power forward spot, almost an 8-foot wingspan, has a capable jump shot, really good dribble sigs. I think Dino's got to go at least in A tier. Dion Waiters, I think, is also C tier. Diop, I do think, is probably B. I think he's on the, you know, DeAndre Ayton, Claxton level at the center position. Has a really good jump shot with the Chris Bosh base and the Oscar Robertson upper on very quick, or on quick timing. Is it on quick or very quick? I think it's only on quick, but it's still a really good jump shot and able to knock down threes at a high level. And then he's a solid defender and does have a very good player model in game. Dominique Wilkins, I think, is also C tier. And like, these are just all kind of like those mid-budget cards. Like, they're okay, like you can still run them in game, but they're really not going to be anything too special. Draymond Green, kind of same thing at the point guard spot. I don't think he's on the Kobe White level, the Denny level, you know, at the point guard position, but I still think he's a solid point guard in game. Drazen Petrovic, also going to be C tier. I'm going to have to move some of these cards down into the D tier category. I think I'm going to go Brandon Ingram. I think I'm gonna go, I gotta move some of these cards down. I think I'm gonna go CJ Miles, Dominique Wilkins. Like, I just don't think these cards are really that great. I'm gonna go maybe Dion Waiters as well. Malachi Branham, still pretty solid. I should have balanced out the tier list a little bit, and I think at the shooting guard position, I would take cards like Christian Braun, Malachi Branham, Cameron Reddish over Brandon Ingram. So I think he's going to be in D tier alongside Duncan Robinson. I mean, this card maybe could be C, because after the Evo, he's not bad. Like, he's 6'7" at the 2, only a 6'7" wingspan. His defense is going to be a liability. Yeah, I think he's probably D tier. He's a good, like, a lot of these cards are still going to be good budget cards. I just don't know if he's going to be in C tier. Mark Eden, I think, is probably B on this type of tier list. I think he's still got great defense. He's a giant. He's going to be super tall and super good at mashing. I just like cards that can shoot, so I don't think he can be any higher than B tier. Eddie Curry, I'm going to go C. even though I don't think he's that great of a center card. Like, he's definitely not on the Diop, the DeAndre Ayton, the Claxton level. I still think for a budget card, he's probably going to be somewhere in C tier. Same thing with Evan Turner. I'm going to go him in C tier. I like him. I like Kobe White a little bit more, and Denny. Actually, I'm going to go Evan Turner in B. And I think I'm going to also go Caruso. I'm going to leave I'm going to go Caruso in B. I think he's got good defense, a solid release. He's great at going to the basket. I'm going to go Caruso in B tier as well, alongside Gary Payton. I definitely don't think Payton's on like the Bonga or Elgin Baylor level, but I do think he's like, you know, maybe a little bit better than Kobe White. Kind of in the B tier category. I think is a fair spot for Gary Payton. Still plays really good defense, just a little bit undersized at point guard. Rudy Gay, I think you also got to give B tier to. He's definitely not an A tier budget card in the game anymore, but he's still got great defense. He's 6'8", 7'3" wingspan, great player model, can drive to the basket. I think he's going to be somewhere in B tier. Grant Williams, this card's really nothing too special. I'm gonna probably go Grant Williams in C tier. I would take, you know, cards like Rudy Gay and Detlef Schrempf and some other small forwards over him. So I'm gonna go Grant Williams in C tier. Jalen Green, I think, is D tier. He's just not that great at the shooting guard spot. I would take all the shooting guards in C tier over Jalen Green. Gus Williams going in F tier. He's only what, a 6'1" point guard, 6'2". I think he can like barely dunk the basketball. Yeah, no, he can dunk the ball, but he's 6'2" at the point guard spot. Doesn't have the greatest release. Doesn't have good dribble sigs. I think he's got to go in that F tier category. Hedo Turkoglu, easy A. I'm gonna say S tier. I think he's one of the best point guards in the game. He might be a little bit more expensive, you know, at 30,000 MT for his price, but still an amazing budget card. 6'10" at the point guard spot, an amazing jump shot, and also very solid dribble sigs. Herb Jones, same tier as Al Horford. They're very similar at the shooting guard spot. They can play defense, drive to the basket. They got good size at the two. They could just use a little bit better of jump shots and dribble sigs. Iguodala, I'm gonna also go probably B tier. I think he's just a better version of Draymond Green. I don't think he's on the Elgin Baylor or the Isaac Bonga level at the point guard spot, but I do think he's a little bit better than a card like a Caruso, a Gary Payton. You know, he's kind of in that high B tier range. Joe Ingles, easy A tier. I'm not 100% sure if Joe Ingles is going to be an S tier just because there's so many good other budget point guards in the game. But I do think Joe Ingles deserves to at least be in that A tier category. Jonathan Isaac, another A tier small forward or A tier budget card, hands down. I mean, the man's still 6'11", plays elite level defense. He could drive to the basket. He's tall. He's got great size, a good wingspan, player model. Like, everything about the card in the defensive end is super, super elite. Jay Crowder, I'm gonna say, I think Jay Crowder's like C. I don't think he's much better than like a Christian Braun. You know, I'm gonna go B tier. I think he's a little bit better than him. He's kind of on that like Herb Jones level at the shooting guard position. Jalen Williams is also B tier. I think he's actually a very underrated shooting guard in the game for the budget price. So I'm gonna go Jalen Williams in that B tier category. Jason Williams, I think, is probably F tier, right? Is he F or is he C? Because I mean, the card's 6'1". Can he dunk the basketball? He's got a 90 driving dunk. I mean, he's just 6'1" at the point guard spot. I just don't know if you could really use a 6'1" point guard in the game. At least all these cards in D tier, at least a 6'5" point guard, something like that. So I'm gonna go Jason Williams in the F tier category. Jeff Green, easy B tier. I like him a little bit more than a card like Rudy Gay. I think Jeff Green might even be in the S tier category. I'm gonna leave him in a really high B tier. Like, Jeff Green is super elite at that small forward position. I just don't know if he's on the same level as a Jonathan Isaac or an Antoine Jameson at the small forward position. Josh Giddey, also B tier. Really tall point guard, has good dribble sigs. Just really wished he had a better jump shot, and he would most likely be in the A tier category, but just because of his size, I still think you got to throw him in B tier. Josh Smith, another D tier card. Like, he's just very mid as a budget card. He's got a terrible jump shot, amazing all around stats and badges. I'll give you guys that. Like, Josh Smith is an amazing card. It's just his jump shot is so terrible and basically unusable in game. Cat, I think you got to give at least B tier. Even though he's not like my favorite card in the game, he's still very solid as a budget card. He can play the 5 a lot better at the power forward position. He's got a solid jump shot. I think you got to give Cat at least that B tier category. Keegan Murray, I think he's another B tier small forward. He's actually, I would say, like, very underrated because no one really talks about this card, but after the Evo, like, he becomes a decent amount better of a card, you know, with these better dribble sigs. Like, he's all around a very solid small forward in the game. I don't think I can say, you know, he's in the A tier category alongside Antoine and Jonathan Isaac for small forward, but I do think he's going to be at least B tier. Kelly Oubre, I would say, is also B tier. There's most likely just going to be a ton of B and C tier cards. That's usually how these 100 card tier lists go because there's just so many like mid-level kind of budget cards or top cards in the game. game, I kind of want to leave A and S tier to be like the best budget cards in my team. Next budget card, KPJ, 1000% going in the S tier category. I do like him even over cards like Isaac Bonga, you know, a little bit over cards like Joe Ingles at the point guard spot, Elgin Baylor. He's just so nice at the point guard spot. He's got an amazing jump shot and is super elite on the offensive end. Kyle Korver, I mean, he can shoot threes, but he's just going to be pretty mid at everything else. I'm going to go Kyle Korver. And probably actually the D tier category. I just don't think he's that great of a shooting guard. Kyle Kuzma, easy S tier. I think he's a little bit better. I should move Kobe White. I think Kuzma is a little bit better than Jonathan Isaac at the small forward spot. I think he's on that Jonathan Bender level. He's got an amazing jump shot with the Kuzma base and the Kuzma upper on very quick timing. Gets a quick jump shot, easy to green. And then he's also got like the Kyle Lowry size up. He's got the trayscape. Like he's got really good movement for that small forward position. So I do think Kuzma gonna be an S tier. I would say Lance Stevenson is on, you know, a little bit better than Dion Waiters. You know, he's kind of on that like Draymond Green level at the point guard spot. Maybe DeJounte Murray probably can get moved up to B tier. I think DeJounte is a little bit better than Lance Stevenson and Draymond. Rashard Lewis is C tier. I just wasn't really impressed using this card. Lou Williams going in F tier. I mean, he's an undersized point guard. Matisse Thybulle, he might be honestly A. I think Matisse Thybulle is the best point guard. I think he's probably the best point guard in B tier. I'm gonna leave him in B for now. Him and Jeff Green most likely gonna get moved up a tier. Both amazing cards at their position. Matisse Thybulle, a very elite defender in the game. Michael Carter Williams, very mid. I'm gonna go probably D tier. Mike Miller, easy A. I think Mike Miller's an absolute beast at the shooting guard position. A little bit worse than Battier because Battier is a better defender, got better tendencies. Jump shot wise on Mike Miller though, super knockdown with the Kyle Lowry base and the Trae Young upper. Like it's a super good jump shot on very quick timing, easy to green. He's got the Trae fade. He's got good dribble sigs. All around is a great offensive shooting guard who is 6'8" with a 6'11" wingspan. Next budget card is going to be Darius Miles. I think you got to give him at least B tier. You know, kind of on that like Rudy Gay level at the small forward position, like Keegan Murray level, Cam Johnson. I think he's kind of around those cards at the small forward position. Evan Mobley, I think you also got to give B tier. He's a little bit better than some of the cards in C just because he's an elite defender. He's still 7 foot at the power forward spot. It's just his jump shot is super baited. Looking at MPJ, I think he's also B tier, around the same level as a Rudy Gay. He's got a good jump shot. He's got good dribble sigs. He's 6'10", or is he 6'11"? I think he's 6'10", right? Or no, MPJ is 6'11", right? Is MPJ 6'11"? Type the wrong Portis. Is it 6'10" or 6'11"? He's 6'10" with the 7 foot wingspan. That's what I thought. And he's got some pretty good dribble sigs with the Steve Francis size up. And yeah, he's got some good sigs. Steve Francis size up, Kemba Walker escape. I think all around MPJ probably going to be in the B tier category. George Mearson, he's just not a usable card. I think he's going in D tier. He's still got a little bit more value than those short point guards in F tier, but I think he's got to go in D. Steve Nash, as much as I love him because he's Canadian, he's like the only amazing Canadian player all time, but he just can't dunk the basketball. He's going to be undersized, only being 6'3", and if you can't dunk the ball, I think you got to go in that F tier category. Lamar Odom, I think he's going to be super high B tier. I think he's around the same level as a Jeff Green at the small forward position. Both really amazing budget small forwards in the game. I just don't know if they're on the Mike Miller, Jonathan Isaac, Antoine Jameson level at the small forward position. Paulo Banchero, same tier as Brandon Ingram. They're just, I don't know. I mean, I guess I like Paulo a little bit more than Brandon Ingram, so I'm going to go Paulo in that C tier category. Jabari Parker also going to be in B tier. A very similar small forward to Darius Miles, Rudy Gay, Cam Johnson, and Keegan Murray, all just very decent budget small forwards. I think deserving of B tier. Pascal Siakam is C. He's like still solid at the small forward position. He still can play good defense. He's 6'7". It's just his release is very questionable. So I think Pascal Siakam going to be in C tier for me. Peja Stojakovic, I think is the same tier as Rashard Lewis. I know he's tall for the shooting guard spot, being 6'9", but that jump shot really isn't the greatest in my opinion. Poku is still most likely B, maybe in the A tier category. Once again, guys, I gotta move, a lot of cards around in the tier list. This is not going to be the set in stone tiers like some people get moved up or down, but I think Poku for now is going to be in the B tier category. Jordan Poole, I think, is C tier. I just don't think he's that great of a point guard. Like, I think Bruce Brown's better than him. I think him and Lance are somewhat close, and I would definitely take every single point guard in B tier over Jordan Poole. Reggie Lewis is easy B tier, 100% going to be in B. He might honestly be A tier. I think he might get moved up to A tier, but I'm going to keep him in B tier for now. Austin Rivers, he just undersized at the point guard spot. I'll still give him C tier because the card's actually got amazing dribble sigs. It's just like, he's got amazing sigs and amazing jump shot. He's just 6'4" a point guard. He's got a good release and amazing sigs. Like, he's got the best dribble sigs in the game, you know, with his defense to size up in the tradescape. So I'll put him in probably C tier. RJ Barrett, he might honestly go in A tier. I'm not gonna lie, RJ Barrett is an absolute beast at that shooting guard position. A really good budget shooting guard in the game. He's got an amazing jump shot. He can play defense at a very high level. I think RJ Barrett most likely going to be B, maybe even in the S tier category. Robert Williams, if this was his small forward card, I do think he most likely would be in the B tier category. Is there another Robert Williams? Yeah, so this Robert Williams, now he would probably be A. I think this Robert Williams would be A just because he can play small forward. I think he's probably in the A tier category. I'm also going to move Jeff Green up into A. I'm going to move Poku up into A. I'm going to move Reggie Lewis up into A. I'm going to go Matisse Thybulle into A. And I'm going to go RJ Barrett into A tier as well. I think I'm going to go with this. Maybe Caris LeVert as well. Maybe Claxton. I just want to balance out the tier list a little bit more. I think all these guys are going to be in the A tier category. Next budget card is Rudy Fernandez. I'm going to go high B tier. I still like a lot of the point guards in A over him. Like, I like Matisse Thybulle over him. I like, you know, Joe Ingles, Elgin Baylor, Isaac Bonga. I think those guys are a little bit better at the point guard position. Rui Hachimura, another easy B tier budget card. He plays good defense. He can knock down threes. He might honestly be in that A tier category. Looking at Sabonis, I think you got to give him A. He's still a great giant card. I just wish he was a little bit faster and had a faster release because I feel like his jump shot is super slow, but yeah, all around I think Sabonis is going to be in the A tier category. Seth Curry, just undersized that point guard. I think he's going in F tier. Simbular, same tier as George Mirson. They're going to be super slow, but they can still provide some sort of value being giants in the game. Jeremy Shohan, I think, is most likely going to be C tier. Maybe he goes B. I don't know. I'm gonna go B tier. He's still a really good defender. It's just his offensive game is pretty lackluster. Speedy Claxton going in F. Jalen Suggs probably going in C tier. Tracy McGrady going in C tier. Tony Kukoc, I'm gonna say most likely A. I think Tony Kukoc is actually elite at the small forward position. Has a questionable jump shot, but has really good dribble sigs and all around great stats and badges. Jared Vanderbilt is not that bad. I'm gonna go C tier for Vanderbilt. I feel like he's solid, probably somewhere in the C, or maybe I'm gonna go B tier. I think him and Jeremy Shohan are very similar of cards. Vladimir's also B tier, another just solid small forward, you know, has a good jump shot. Pretty much it on the card. He's got a good jump shot and good dribble sigs. John Wall, I'm gonna go C tier. A decent point guard, like he's a good rim runner. He could drive to the basket. He's got a good jump shot. I just don't think he's going to be in B tier. Luke Walton, easy A. I do like him a lot more than all the other point guards in B. Like, I like him a little bit more than a Rudy Fernandez, you know, DeJounte Murray, those type of point guards. I do think Luke Walton going to be an A tier. We got Derek White, honestly, is B. I think Derek White's a very underrated point guard in the game. I would say better than like a DeJounte Murray and those type of point guards. James Wiseman, same tier as Eddie Curry. I think he's probably going to go in C tier. And then we do have Thad Young, who's another solid small forward, can just do everything at a high level. I think he's probably going to be in B tier. So now we got a lot of cards to move around on this budget card tier list because we only have, I believe that's 7 cards in S tier. So I'm going to go Isaac Bonga into S. I'm going to go Antoine Jameson into S. I'm going to go Dino. I'm going to go Mike Miller. I'm going to go Joe Ingles, all into the S tier category. I think that's most likely going to be it for the S tier category. Maybe Elgin Baylor as well, because I do like him a little bit more than these other couple point guards, like Luke Walton, like Matisse Thybulle at the point guard position. So how many cards we have in S? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think that's going to be perfectly fine for my budget card tier list. So our the top 100 budget cards in the game. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section down below. What do you guys think about my top 100 budget cards in the game tier list? I'm just going to kind of quickly scroll through the tiers if you guys want to pause the video and just see where a budget card is. And if you guys have any questions of why I did rank a card where, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll definitely respond to all of your guys' comments about like where I had different cards. And yeah, just let me know what you guys think about my tier list. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.